Okay, so today we're gonna be doing the professional order flow training. So basically in this section, we're gonna be dealing with alignment and realignment. And also I will be showing you how to find trades using order flow, right?
Okay.
So this is the table we use for alignment and realignment. This is a demand zone realignment example. And
Okay.
we're gonna be doing the supply zone realignment example after we are done with the demand zone. Okay.
Yes.
So as soon as we are done with this two, we're gonna be doing I'll be showing you how we find trades using order flow. Okay.
Okay.
So in this table we have the time frame. Okay. We have scenario 1, scenario 2, scenario 3, and we have the
Right.
decision.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Let me quickly open the MT5. Oh, my MT5 doesn't want to open. What's going on here? Okay.
Open.
Yeah, it's fine now.
Okay.
So basically, this table will help you find possible trades. Okay, I'll show you
Okay.
how you use this table in a few. So basically, on your time frame, okay, we have 3 time frames. For these 3 time frames are the higher time frames, right?
Right.
So these 3 time frames, you will use these time frames for in order to determine the trend. Okay, if it's an uptrend or a downtrend. Okay.
Right.
So basically, you have your monthly, you have your weekly, and your daily. Okay.
Okay.
So the trading decision will be based on the 1 hour. Okay.
Okay.
So basically, on scenario 1, right? When you go to your monthly time frame, if your monthly time
Right.
is saying up, meaning if your the monthly time frame is bullish, the current candle on your monthly is bullish, and
Okay.
you have a weekly candle, current candle on your weekly bullish. If it's also bullish, then you will then go to the daily time frame. But now on the daily, you don't look at the current candle. You actually look at the previous candle, okay?
Right.
Because we are looking to trade imbalances from the previous day, okay? So basically, when you get to the daily time frame, you have to your daily time frame also, your previous daily candle should be bullish also, if these 2 time frames are bullish, okay?
Right.
As soon as you spot these 3 as all 3 time frames bullish, then it simply means your what's this? Your pair, whatever pair you'll be looking at is aligned, okay?
Okay.
That's called alignment.
Right.
Then after you are done looking at the previous daily candle, you'll then go to your 1 hour.
That's where you find your entry.
Yes, but on your 1 hour, you will be looking for, in this case, this is a demand zone, right? So you will be looking for demand zones on the 1 hour, only demand zones, okay?
Okay.
So you will be looking for a rally-based rally or a drop-based rally, okay?
Okay. Understood.
So let's see if I can find an example on a live chart.
I have a question, right? Let's say all right, so let's say today, for example, I go on the charts and I'm looking for a trade, right?
Okay.
And the monthly is bullish, the daily is bullish, the monthly, the weekly, and the daily is bullish. So everything is in alignment, right?
Okay.
Could I set up a trade today, like let's say somewhere around where the market closes, right?
Yes.
And just wait for it to trigger the next day.
Yes. I'm going to get to that just as I continue.
Okay, no, I thought I would ask because I noticed something that you said that Danny also said, which was you want to trade the previous day's candle, right?
Yes.
So I thought that you have to wait until the next day in order to trade. That is why I was asking.
Yes. So that's what I'm going to explain that as
All
I
right, my bad.
so let me just find a quick uh, chart with me.
This is one of your signals, or this is just a trade that you drew up?
Yeah, these are some I gave these signals this week. So I see
Okay,
this one almost triggered. So
all right.
I'm just looking for an example for a bullish scenario.
Yeah, yeah, no problem.
Most of the pairs are bearish, you know. Okay, I think I'll just use this as a practical example. Okay, so basically you will go to your monthly time frame, right? So
Right,
currently the current candle is what? Bullish, right?
right,
As you can see, this was a bullish move, right?
right,
So the current candle is bullish. Then you will then go to your weekly. We are still dealing with the scenario one, right?
right.
So if the weekly is also bullish, I think
Um, right. Question, right? The weekly is bullish as well, right? But would you still consider a trade given the fact that it has that long wick?
that's gonna be a problem for today because why? It's currently Friday and the market has already moved. So I don't think
Okay.
there's gonna be a clear pair. So I think let me check this one because now the weekly candle is also has also moved. So it's the last day of the week. So so let me just okay.
What you could do instead of showing me like today's candle, you could probably show me like Wednesday's candle if you feel like. So
Okay,
we'll see how it played out. Yeah,
okay, let me see if I can do that. Okay, so
because
if you go on the monthly, right,
right,
and you see that the trend is currently bullish and the current candle is bullish, right?
right,
Then you would also expect your weekly to be bullish, right? So go to the weekly. As you can see, the weekly is currently bullish also.
bullish, right,
So now when you go to the daily, I think because it's Friday, it's gonna be tricky, but it's fine. If there's no imbalance on Thursday, then you will look for an imbalance from Wednesday, right?
yeah,
So if there's no imbalance on Wednesday, then you will look for an imbalance that happened on Tuesday. So it's fine.
no problem.
So then we've noticed that the weekly is also bullish, then I can go to the daily. This is the current candle, but I'm not concerned with the current candle. I'm looking to trade
Right.
the previous imbalances, right? But
Right.
because it's Friday, this was the previous daily candle,
Right.
right? You would look to trade this candle only if there's an imbalance. Remember yesterday we did the marking and spotting of imbalances, clean and clean imbalances, right?
Right.
So now, if we were looking to trade this, then I would look for an imbalance from yesterday, right? Then you go to your 1 hour,
Right.
from the daily to the 1 hour, right? Now, this was the close of yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you would need to use the period separators. Can you see these black dotted lines here? These are the
Yeah.
period separators.
Right.
Do you know what these signify?
Yeah, yeah. They separate like the days and whatnot. So you see the candle breakdown within the day.
Okay, correct. So if this, sorry, okay. So if this was the close of yesterday, then we would look to trade. Obviously, we are looking for imbalances, right?
Right.
So from here, you will be looking
Right.
to go down because you are looking for demand zones. If you go up, you are looking for supply zones from the close of yesterday, right? So if I go
Right.
up, I'm looking for supply zones, but if I go down from starting from the close of the day, previous day,
Hmm.
for demand zones. So in this case, I'm looking for demand zones, right? So now,
Right.
if this was my previous daily close, then as you can see here, yesterday there was no imbalance, right?
Right. So you look for the day before.
So now I'll be looking for the day before, right? So going down, I get here. This was a clean imbalance.
Right. Not bad. Not bad.
So if this was my imbalance, I would look to trade this imbalance right here. But now the question would be, before I take this trade there, you need to use the 5 odds enhancers, right?
Right.
Um, let me quickly just. So the first question would be, is there alignment in the higher time frames? Obviously,
Yeah.
we've already um, spotted alignment in these 3 time frames, these 2 months,
Yeah.
the weekly, right? So the answer is yes, that's 2 points. Now the second question will be, is the zone still fresh, right? As you can see here, there was a week that
The
came
codes.
and mitigated this previous week here. So that simply means
Right.
the zone is not fresh.
Okay.
So I would not look to take the zone. Well, I would take the zone, but if only I score at least 8 points. Okay, so currently it's 2 points. So this the zone is not really fresh. So I would ask the third question, which is how much time did price spend at that level? Okay, as you can
So
see,
that will be two candles.
this was a rally, base rally.
Right.
So price didn't spend very much time.
A lot of time there.
So that's gonna be 2 points again. So that makes it 4 points
Oh,
currently. So the fourth
okay.
question will be, how did price leave the level? Okay. Well, this is not really the greatest price departure because why? As you can see, there were small candle movements out of the zone. So I'm looking for a
Right.
strong move away from the zone.
Right. So this automatically there is 2 points less.
Yes,
So basically, because we basically lost 4 points already, we wouldn't take this trade.
yes, because now the fifth question, the last question would be, how far did price leave away from the level? that's also not necessary because now we are already down 4 points. It simply means even if the fifth question is correct, it's still gonna make it 6 points. So
Yeah,
is not this is not a great zone. It's a good zone, but not a great zone, if you know.
right. So we would just skip this
So
zone.
I wouldn't take this trade. If I take this trade, then I would maybe just check the risk. It's 11 pips. I wouldn't take
So
this.
you look, actually, in this you would have still made a 1 to 3.
Sorry?
I say in this particular trade you would have still made a 1 to 3, even though the zone is not a great zone.
Yes, it's not a great zone. I mean, you can still take it, but it's not the. If you are used to trading at least maybe one lot per position, maybe I would use half of the lot size I usually use. So just to minimize risk because it's not a great zone. So I would rather just use half of the position than.
Yeah, yeah, I understand.
But I wouldn't take this zone. I'm just being practical, just using a practical example.
Mm, But question, right? Do you think, based on your experience on the market, on this particular method, right? Would you have taken this with experience, regardless of the fact that you didn't get the 10 points or 8 points?
Based on experience, the own experience, yes, I think I would take the trade based on experience because, like I said, if I'm used to taking each position using one lot per trade, then
You would take half.
rather use 0.50 on this one.
All right, bro. Could I ask you a not so personal question, but a rather personal question?
Okay.
Not about your life, and it's about trading. um, you when we was when I know started speaking to you, I asked you how much money is good enough to start up trading this, right? So you told me $100, right?
You mean using this method?
Yeah, using this particular method.
I would say $200 minimum.
200.
Yeah, because even if it's $100, but now that means you will be using a smaller volume. But depending on the risk, obviously, this offers a very low risk. So you can still use a big volume if the stop loss is probably less than 5 pips, depending on the risk. But I would say $200 would be the good good way to start.
200 or 300?
True.
200. Okay, and what lot size would you recommend?
I would recommend depending each individual is different. I
Right?
for one I'm an aggressive trader, so
You would take a higher lot size.
yeah, depending on the risk because 0.10 pips is $10, right?
Yeah.
So if maybe my zone is 7 pips, I would use 0.2. Then I would risk $14 per trade. If it's less
Okay.
than 7 pips, then I would use 0.2.
All right, right, right. I understand. So you would risk $14 on a $200 account.
Yes, so that's let's say $15 for 50 pips. 50 pips using 0.2 will give you $100, right? So that's $15 to make $100 each trade. Each trade you risk $15 to make $100. So that's
Yeah, yeah. So
yes. So that's I think that would be a great way to
the trade.
because
So
you'll be
trade
risking
trading
$15.
at sorry.
Sorry?
So trading with a $200 account, if I had been trading at 0.02, right, that would be me just making significantly less profits than I could have made.
Yeah, 0.02 is very, very little.
All right,
It's very
I
small
just
profit. Personally,
okay,
for me, it's a waste of time.
all right, no problem. I thought I would ask. All right. Sorry for interrupting your class. You could continue.
So if there was no imbalance on the previous day, which was Thursday, then Wednesday there was not a clean one, not I mean, there was not a fresh imbalance, then obviously, if I look back, there isn't any more imbalances. Okay,
True.
not any other clean imbalances for the rest of the week. So this is the only opportunity we had on Euro. Okay, so I think that that would also be another reason to take this zone, because as you can see previously, there's no other opportunity imbalance for the week. So this would have been the only opportunity for us to trade. So I think that's
All
all.
right.
That would also tell me that I could take this trade because there's even if this zone fails, there's no other demand zone that would stop
And
price continuing to go down. So
um, one question based on the same trade. So currently, where prices, right? We are seeing a bearish candle, right?
this
No, yeah. No, I remember I told you I wasn't trading a while, right? So I'm just guessing here based on this method, right? Do you think that that is going to mitigate that um drop base rally?
this one,
Yeah,
yeah, I think this could be because okay, I think I will say there's this video I have that explains this type of um, setup we are looking for because basically if this was my rally base rally, right?
right,
Your first entry will be on the this rally base rally, right? Then
right.
up. Then your safest entry would be when on the pullback. Obviously, the pullback you would be looking to trade demand zones that are
The
just
new
above.
order book.
So I think this I would take this, but not really. But yeah, that's a good question. The price can make a can still reverse from here. But
And
this my point of interest is actually this one.
and also what I am noticing, not that I'm contradicting this particular method, right? But you told me you did the market makers method as well, right? So I'm seeing like a W formation. But I mean, I don't really want to join the two and confuse myself. But it's just a question that I thought about.
Those W and M formation, double top, those things don't work. I don't wanna lie. Those things, those things don't work. They don't work.
All right, no problem.
I've used that method when I was studying my forex trading journey. Those things, those peak formation, those oh, it's a lot of nonsense.
Yeah, I understand. I understand because
I,
I have made some losses with it, to be honest.
okay, so this was a demand zone example. So that three time frames were aligned. This monthly is bullish. Current candle on the monthly was bullish. The weekly is also bullish.
Right,
The previous daily was bullish, but we could not spot an imbalance on Thursday. So the imbalance is here on this candle from Wednesday, right?
right.
So this would be your point of interest. Banks would be
Nice.
banks will be looking to pick with the orders that were left from Wednesday here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would see Euro yen realigning again. So because it's Friday, I don't think anything is possible. But because it's Friday, I think
Yeah, well, Friday, everything is
market is
crazy.
is closing in a few hours. So
And is there a particular reason why you trade on Tuesdays?
yes, because if you trade on Monday, okay, on Monday, right,
Right,
we are looking to trade imbalances from the previous day. So if we trade imbalances from Friday, we don't do that because now the
okay,
market closed. Then the weekend, there's also fundamentals and everything. There's also gaps on Mondays. So that's just
right.
false information. Okay.
All right, so we wait for Monday candle to form and then we take a trade based on that.
Yes. I mean,
And do you?
you could take the imbalance that happened on Friday, but that would require a lot of experience because you know
Yeah,
it's.
yeah, I understand.
But
And also,
for now, I think you should
right,
stick to
Tuesday.
making analysis on Tuesday, Wednesday,
Okay.
Thursday, Friday.
Um, So do you send signals on any other day aside from Tuesday?
Yes, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. As long as I see an opportunity, I send signals.
Okay, great.
Tuesday.
That's fine. All right, no problem.
So this was an example for a demand zone, right? Is everything clear so far?
So far, yeah.
Okay. So once we spot this imbalance on hour, you check your risk, right?
Right.
The zone is 8 pips. If you are looking to refine your level and decrease your risk, you then go to lower time frames. You look for clean imbalances on lower time frames. Okay. So if I go on the M30, I would look for clean imbalances that happened within the 1 hour imbalance. Okay. I'm not
Right.
interested. I'm not interested in any imbalance that happened outside this zone. So you are looking for imbalances within this 1 hour zone.
Okay.
Okay. So as you can see, there was no clean imbalance on M30. Go to M20 versus MT5. So there's no clean imbalance on M20, M15. There's no clean imbalance. M12, no clean imbalance. M10. Okay, this
Yeah. We
seems
got a clean and balance. Eh?
so. Then you would decrease your zone. Let me do this here. So from here, as you can see, this bullish candle closed below above the open price of the
Yeah.
last seller, right? So now we have decreased our zone on M4. There's no clean imbalance on M4, M5. There's no clean imbalance on M5. Then that means our entry will be on M10, right? That's the time frame we last saw a clean imbalance, right? So
But question, right?
okay.
By dropping the zone so small, wouldn't you miss some trades?
Yes, you would miss some trades. So depending, like I said, depending on the risk, if this zone from 1 hour, I'm
Right.
just using this example because just an example because on pound pairs, some pairs are more extreme than others. Okay, so say maybe
Right.
the zone on the 1 hour on pound USD is 20 pips. Then you would then use this method of going to lower time frames to spot clean imbalances to reduce the risk. Okay, so that's the reason why I'm showing you this, just in case because I usually risk at least a maximum of 15 pips. So if the zone on 1 hour is above 15 pips, that's when you can lower your risk using this.
Oh, so where you got a zone on the 1 hour that was less than 15 pips, you would take the 1 hour entry.
Say, depending if maybe let's say that zone on the 1 hour is 12, 10, then I go on the lower time frames and there isn't any imbalance on the lower time frames, then I would take the zone on the 1 hour.
Okay.
So that's basically that. So this would be our point of interest for right? This was the last time frame that we saw a clean imbalance. So that means your buy will be here. Probably maybe 2 pips above the zone, 3 pips below the zone. So I would still be risking at least 9 pips to make, as you can see, price rallied above about 136 pips. So you would be risking eight 8 pips to make at least 130 pips because like you don't want to your first take profit will be the previous high, right? This was the previous high, but now you don't want to place your first TP exactly at the high, so you just slightly below. So that means you'll be risking 8 pips to make over 100 pips, 130.
So,
That's 1 is to 13.
so with this, right now, when you lower the risk, as you said, sometimes you would miss a trade. So I'm guessing like it would go in your direction before it hit your entry area, right? But also, that would sometimes allow you to um okay, no, that was a stupid question I was going to ask. My bad.
Oh, there's no stupid questions.
What I was going to ask is if it would actually lower your risk in terms of like you would hit less stop losses as well. But then I realized that either way,
You know,
once it touches your zone,
the nice thing about lowering your risk like to the smallest risk as possible, it's because now if my zone is 5 pips, let's say 5 pips, then I would be aggressive because now the risk is too small. If I use a one lot size, risking 5 pips, that's $50, right?
right?
So I would risk $50 to make $1,300. Imagine.
Yeah, yeah, I
That's
understand.
130 is $1,300 if you use one lot, 1,00, right? Standard.
Right.
So imagine this risking just $50 to make 1,000 all plus minus $1,000. That's a lot.
And when you add me to the signals group, would I have access to all trees just to go back and familiarize myself with all setups that you took?
Yes, you will have access to everything. All the setups I'll be looking at, I'll be sharing them. So,
No, I mean the older ones that already happened, like let's say last week and last month and whatnot.
oh no, you won't. I don't. You don't. You're not gonna be able to get the past data because I'll be creating a group next week because I didn't have too many subscribers, so I'll be creating a group for the first time next week.
Oh,
I didn't have
almost
it, so
subscribed.
I've been sending setups and signals privately to each and every client.
Okay, no problem.
So next week I'll be creating a group.
All right.
So can we move on?
Yeah, yeah, we can move on.
So far, is everything clear?
Yeah, so far everything is clear.
Okay, so this was the example for scenario one. The monthly was bullish, weekly was bullish, the previous daily was bullish, then the trading position was based on the 1 hour time frame. We were looking for demand zones, right?
Okay.
So you don't if this is aligned, all these three time frames are aligned, you will only be looking for demand zones. All these other supply zones and everything, we are not interested in those. You can use those for your take profit, maybe. But what we are much more interested in is the demand zones because obviously,
Okay.
yes. So now for scenario two, right? If the monthly candle is bullish and the weekly candle is also bullish, but the previous daily candle is bearish, then you simply wait for realignment. Okay, it simply means the daily is not in line with these two time frames. Okay, this would require experience, but the convenient scenario is this one. I'm always using this scenario one. Okay, scenario two will require just experience. So I would advise you to just stick to scenario one. So if scenario two, your monthly is bullish, weekly is bullish, but the previous daily was bearish, then you simply wait for the alignment, okay? Wait for the current candle to also close bullish, so you can trade it the following day. I'm not sure if I'm making sense.
Uh, you could repeat it just so I would
Yes.
be sure to understand.
Let me use a chart.
Yeah.
Mm, Okay, so if the monthly is bullish, right,
Right.
then the weekly is also bullish, but the previous daily candle was bearish. Like if this candle was bearish, we would simply wait
Right.
for this current candle to close bullish. Because if this current candle closes bullish, then it simply will be aligned with these 2 time frames. Okay, so
Okay.
if the previous was bearish, if the previous candle was bearish, then just wait for the current candles to close bullish, so you can trade the imbalance tomorrow. I mean, so I will be
Right.
trade the imbalance that happened today, tomorrow. So just wait for this candle to close bullish, then look for imbalances that happened here on the current candle. Then just trade the imbalance tomorrow.
All right. No problem.
It simply means you wait for realignment. Okay, wait for
Yeah, yeah.
the daily to be in line with these 2 time frames.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah, yeah. Understood.
Okay. So the ideal scenario is scenario 1. So these 2 scenarios are just for educational purposes, just so you don't make mistakes in future. So scenario 3, if your monthly is bullish, but your weekly is bearish and your daily is bearish, you also wait for realignment, because this is actually a very bad scenario. It's a poor scenario because it simply means there's no alignment. Okay.
Yeah.
So if the monthly is bullish, but the weekly was bearish, then and the daily was also bearish, then you simply wait for these 2 time frames, the daily and the weekly, to be bullish, to in order for realignment. It simply that would mean the monthly, weekly, and daily are realigned. Okay. So if the monthly is bullish, weekly and daily are both bearish, just wait for realignment. Wait for the weekly and the daily to be bullish before you go to the 1 hour and scan for opportunities. Okay.
All right.
So basically, the ideal scenario would be the scenario number 1. Uh, can you see my screen?
Yeah, yeah. I'm seeing your screen.
Are you seeing the table here?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, this is the ideal scenario for demand zones. Monthly should be bullish, the weekly should be bullish, the previous daily candle should have been closed bullish also. Then you go to the 1 hour to look for clean imbalances.
Okay.
So you'll be looking for rally-based rally or drop-based rally demand zones. And
Okay.
then if the risk is too much, say it's above 15 pips, then you will then go to lower time frames, scanning for clean imbalances within the 1 hour demand zone. Clear?
Yeah, yeah. Correct. Clear so far.
So can we move on to the supply zone,
Yeah.
the alignment? So this is actually the opposite. Okay, we have the time
Yeah.
frame.
Well,
One,
I
two.
think
Sorry.
I think there should be. I think there should be common sense based on the previous one. This will just be the opposite.
Exactly. So this is just the opposite basically. So see, you're right. It's just common sense. I don't even need
Yeah.
to talk about this one, but you can do a quick. I can just do a quick example.
Yeah, yeah. You could do an example on each chart.
Okay. So okay, here's a good example on gold, shall USD. So now for the supply zone, obviously you go to the monthly, the
Right.
current candle on the monthly is bearish, right?
Right.
So then go to the weekly. As you can see, there's a
Weekly is also bearish.
this is also bearish. Okay. So this would mean our direction is bearish on gold. We will only
Right.
look for supply zones, right? So then
Okay.
you go to the daily, you will look for the previous daily candle to close bearish, okay? So this
Right.
one. So now, if this is the case, okay, say this is the current candle, right? And you spot that the previous daily was bearish. So this simply means the Shao USD is aligned, right?
Right.
So then you will take your equilibrium line, okay? This line here. On the open of the current candle, okay,
Okay.
you would take this equilibrium line, copy and paste it on the open of the previous daily.
Right.
So that means within these two equilibrium lines, we will be looking for supply zones, okay?
Okay. Great.
So then you can go to the 1 hour, the hourly chart,
Right.
okay? So this was the previous day. You will
Right.
look for clean imbalances on the hourly chart. Do you see any clean imbalances from the previous day?
Yeah. Yeah. I am seeing a clean balance.
Which one? This one.
Uh, I'm seeing a little a one right above that,
So
but I'm thinking of the other candle right under that cell candle there.
this
No, same way I was pointing before, right? There, right? And then we have the long cell candle,
yes.
right? So I'm thinking the next buy candle mitigated that.
I think this,
Correct.
this this was the clean imbalance from yesterday.
That will be the clean balance.
Yes.
Okay.
As you can see, these weeks here they didn't touch this week here.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this is
So
still
we still have.
so,
Right.
okay. So obviously gold is an aggressive pair. You see, 40 pips. This zone is 40 pips.
Yeah.
So then you can then go to lower time frames to refine your zone, reduce the risk,
Right.
look for clean imbalances, then M30. Oh, this is a very beautiful imbalance on M30.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Very very nice.
so this means our zone is
What you could do is make it tighten your zone a little bit. I'm guessing.
sorry.
I say you could adjust your zone a little bit.
Yes, yes, but you see, this was the last buyer here. So
Mm, yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I did the pari candle na. That's what I call.
yeah, you mean here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So this was a rally based top. On the 1 hour, we have an imbalance. M30, we also have an imbalance. So this is also a good indication, especially if most of the time frames have imbalances on the inside the 1 hour. So
Right.
this indicates a strong zone. So then we go to the M20. There's also an imbalance, a clean imbalance on M20. So this was actually
Right.
okay. Go to the M15 because obviously we haven't refined our zone yet. So we would still go further down in the time frames.
Right. Right.
So on the M15, it took two candles. So this was an unclean imbalance, but still an imbalance. So M12, we don't have a clean imbalance. M10, no clean imbalance. M4, no clean imbalance. M5 also, we don't have a clean imbalance. So this simply means you would be forced to take the imbalance on the 1 hour or the M30. Okay. So now we are forced to take this zone. But obviously it's 40 pips. So according to my rules, I wouldn't take this zone because the risk is too much for me. Okay.
Right.
Uh,
But if you was to take the trade with a small lot size, let's say um 0.02, for example, I'm just saying
yeah, you can still take as long as you reduce your
your lot size.
yes.
Okay.
So as you can see, there was a very nice bearish movement after this imbalance. Okay.
Okay.
So this was a good zone. The zone wasn't tested. So then you would then look for an imbalance. If this current candle on the daily closes bearish also, then you would look for an imbalance that happened today, tomorrow, right?
All right.
So if this closes, say maybe for example this the daily closes here. This would be our imbalance, right? Obviously, this is an imbalance for today. We would then wait for today's day to close before taking this zone, right? Tomorrow.
Okay.
So this would be our point of interest for tomorrow. Yeah. Only if this today's candle doesn't come back to the zone on the same day. Okay, you are not. We are only interested to take the zone if it's tested the following day, not the same day. Okay.
Oh, okay, okay.
So if this zone gets tested today, then obviously you wouldn't have placed your pending orders because we are
It
waiting
wouldn't it
day
wouldn't be fresh.
waiting for the day to close. Okay.
Okay,
Immediately
great.
when the day closes, then you can place your pending order, then go to sleep.
All right.
So so this was our zone, but it wasn't tested. So it's still fine. You didn't lose any money.
All right.
So that's an example for supply zone alignment. Okay.
But would you still leave that even though that zone wasn't tested, would you still leave it as a pending order?
No, not really, because we are looking to take imbalances that are closer to the current price.
Okay, no problem.
I would only leave this zone if there isn't any clean imbalances that happened today, maybe tomorrow.
All right, no problem.
So say if maybe there's no clean imbalances for today, then this zone would still be valid. Okay. So that's scenario one for supply zone. Okay. So for scenario two, if the monthly is bearish, the weekly is bearish, and the daily is bullish, then you simply wait for the alignment.
Right.
Okay. So it simply means there's no alignment between these three time frames. Only the two time frames are aligned. So we simply
Right.
wait for daily to also close bearish. Okay.
Right.
So immediately when the daily closes bearish, then you look for imbalances that happened on that daily close. Okay, the previous daily close. Okay.
All right.
So for scenario three, if the monthly is bearish, the weekly is bullish, the previous is also bullish, then this is a poor zone. You wait for realignment. Okay. Wait for
It
the
is a what?
it's a poor zone. So you don't
War zone.
it's a poor alignment. I mean,
Okay, no problem.
simply means there's no alignment. Okay.
Understood. Yeah.
So you wait for the weekly to also be bearish. Okay. Then wait for the previous daily candle to be bearish. Then you would look for supply zones on the 1 hour. Okay, so this is the ideal scenario. Scenario one is the scenario you will always be looking for when you do your analysis. Okay.
I wanted to ask you something. Could you go back on the Google chart? All right. So currently, Google is selling, right? So
Correct.
you would only really look for um you would only really look for cells,
Supply zones.
right?
Yes.
Now, yesterday I was on Facebook. That was during no, sorry, this morning when I woke up, right? And I was looking at
Gold.
Danny on Facebook. He took a buy trade, which on the move to the left of your zone there.
Which one?
After that,
This the
no, 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 higher.
higher.
Yeah,
Yes.
go up. Yeah, right there. That move there. I saw he took that move. I'm not sure if you have him on Facebook and you saw it, but I saw he posted a picture.
Then he got banned. Unfortunately, because as you can see, it's gold is selling.
Yeah. No, the reason I'm asking is I was wondering if um there's like a really small time frame analysis or something contradicting the bigger time frame analysis.
No, because now bigger time frames are powerful, more powerful than smaller time frames. Okay,
Okay,
so even if you see a beautiful demand zone on the M1 or M15, or but if the higher time frames are saying sell, then they are obviously stronger than the M1 or the M15. The monthly is stronger than the weekly is stronger than the daily is stronger than the four, and so on and so on.
all
So
right, understood.
even if I spot a nice demand zone on the M12, but when I go to the monthly and weekly, the current candles are bearish, then I wouldn't take the zone on the M10 because these two time frames are stronger than the lower time frames. So
Be-
that
Because I was actually I was looking at um some of his past trades and I was looking at some of the things that he took and I was supposed to ask you about it to get a better clarification because I saw some zones that he would take would already be mitigated on the same day that he took the trade.
no,
With it.
I think what you are referring to is, you see, if you see a clean imbalance on the H1, obviously when you go to
Right.
the lower time frames, there will be some mitigation in some cases. Like
Okay.
say maybe the M1, this would be a rally, then a small mitigation, then that doesn't matter because now the 1 hour is clean. Okay.
Okay. Understood.
When you go to the lower time frames, you would find that this maybe this candle was bullish, then but it's not. But when you go to the H1, it's only just one bearish candle. So
Okay. All right. That actually makes sense.
yeah, because at some point this candle was here, right?
Yeah.
Then it went up on the M1 or M15, then it's still closed like this bearish on the H1. Then when you go to the M15, you will see a bullish candle here before the H1 close. So as
Right.
long as the H1 is clean, then that's a clean zone.
Right.
So that was actually a good question. So are we clear so far?
Yeah. We are clear so far.
So yeah, I think that brings us to the end of the professional course. There's really not a lot on the professional one, but it's very powerful. So I'll be expecting to get some chats from you. Like I said on Tuesday, when I'm done with my analysis, I will give you the names of the pairs I analyzed. Then I will be expecting you to also see the same thing that I'm seeing. Okay. So if that's the case, then it simply means you are on the right track. So those will be your exercises for training. Okay.
All right. I would be taking your trades on my live account from Tuesday,
Okay. No
right?
problem.
From the signals group. So what I would do actually is when you send me the trades that you're looking at, um, I would enter the coordinates on my live account. However, I wouldn't watch the chart. What I would do is I would try to draw up the charts as well. Like when I see, let's say it's an GBP USD, I would go and I would look for the trade, and then I would send it to you, and you would tell me what is up. But I would just be taking the coordinates because I know on the signals you send the charts as well,
Yeah, because yeah, I
right?
think that's yeah,
Yeah.
because
So
you'll be cheating. You will see.
right, no. So what I would do, no, you see, I have a lot of persistence in this. So if I tell you that I am not going to cheat, right, I will not look at the chart. That's just how I am, right? because I really want
Okay.
that at the end of
Yeah, yeah, I understand you. Also, it would be nice if maybe, say, I manage to spot maybe four trades, right?
right.
Then if you also manage to spot some trade that I didn't share, it would be great if you actually tell me about the trade. Then if I find that the trade is valid, then
Yeah, yeah, I
yeah,
would
that would also be
definitely.
good for
Um, so what I wanted to ask you, right, is this. Um, so I know basically Signals Group is something like a community that you're trying to create, right?
true,
And given the fact that you already had Danny's courses, and as you said, you already knew exactly what it is you were teaching because you already learned that, right?
right?
Do you also have access to his group, his Signals group?
No, you know why I have his course? It's actually a funny story. There was
Uh,
one of his students came to me and he said to me he took a course from Dani, but he doesn't give them signals and everything, like signals, setups. He only maybe just once in a while, and also he's very hard to reach. He's always unavailable. So this guy just said to me he will give me all the videos he has uh,
no,
by Dani, and then
okay. Because
made
what
an
I was going to
agreement that
tell you is,
if he gives me, because he didn't want to pay more money because he had already took the course from Dani, and I understood that the guy didn't have any more money. So I said to him, okay, no, it's fine. Just give me his course, the videos, and then um I'll mentor you. Basically, I'll give him signals and setups and everything in
okay,
exchange for those videos because I didn't wanna spoon feed him, like just
yeah, yeah, yeah,
free signals and free stuff because when you people when people get free stuff they tend to overlook the information, especially when
yeah.
it's
If they take the free stuff right through, they
free
will
stuff.
never be able to trade.
Yes, so that
But
was the agreement.
your Signals group, do you plan to continue it beyond the 6 months?
Sorry.
With your Signals group, do you plan to continue it beyond the 6 months?
I think I would eventually do that. So
Because what I would do is after the 6 months, right? Now I know a lot of people. So what I would do for you, seeing the fact that I enjoy the class and you're a very transparent person, I would actually like after the 6 months or probably within the time, I would take some screenshots of the progress of my live account based on your signals, and I would get some customers for you as well.
oh, that would be awesome actually. If you
So
can
that
do that, then I think we can come to an agreement that I would maybe just give you probably another year added to your for free. If you can do that, then we can come up to an agreement. I don't know.
yeah,
That would be actually that would be great.
because that way you can make some money as well for yourself aside from trading, as well as I could benefit, so that way both of us would be benefiting from the situation,
Yes, exactly. That would actually be
right?
awesome. I would really appreciate that.
Right. So um within the I would give myself roughly 3 months with the signals, right?
Okay.
Just to be able to show everyone progress as to how. And could you tell me what was the progress like so far with the signals group, if you don't mind me asking? Because I
Um,
saw you said January was a rough month.
January was a rough month because January January was a rough month. But even if it was a rough month, we still didn't lose a lot of pips because obviously we don't risk too many pips. So
But did
it
you
was still less than
come
100.
out
Hmm?
did you come out of the month in a positive or in a negative?
In a negative, actually, January was
Oh,
just bad.
okay.
But it was still the drawdown was still below 100 pips, so that wasn't bad.
All right, right, right. I understand. But for the past few months, it was. Well, what caused that
For the
though?
past few months, it's been great. Everything has been going well.
What caused the drawdown in January?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But what I remember is it was just a little, almost, I don't, almost 70 pips, minus 70 pips.
No, no. What I mean is, what was wrong with the charts? Was the zones not correct? Or
No, the zones were correct, but they weren't working out. They weren't working
okay,
out. But I think the reason for that is because it was the first month of the year, and also you see when it's especially when it's that's why we don't trade on Mondays, because why? It's we are looking for the monthly to be, let's say in a case of a bullish scenario, right? If the
right,
monthly is bullish, then on Monday, obviously the weekly candle is still forming, so you wouldn't know exactly if it's gonna be bullish or bearish because it's still Monday, right?
right, right. So you really
That's
want
why
to
we
wait,
we wait for Tuesday, because now on Tuesday, that's when we know that okay, the weekly candle is actually bullish, depending on
right?
the size of the candle. So if it's the bigger the size, then it simply means that the weekly is currently bullish. But
But
if it's on
let's be
Monday,
on.
then it simply means the candle has only started. So it's impossible
Okay,
to tell if it's gonna be bullish or bearish.
so let's say at the end of this month, beginning of next month, right?
The
So
first
that would be March. At the first week, the first Tuesday in the week that you would be analyzing, um, what monthly candlestick would you be looking at? The March candlestick, given
yes,
the
the
fact that
current
it just recently
monthly.
started.
I would actually wait for the monthly to have at least a decent movement, like at least not a shooting star or a doji, or the body has to be actually a bigger body rather than a doji or a shooting star.
All right, no problem.
So basically, the size of the body is very important, especially at the start of the week or the start of the month. That's where the
But
trick comes in.
but
That's why we trade on Mondays.
based on past trading, um, do you get problems trading the first week of every month?
No, not really.
Okay, no problem.
Like I said, you wait for the body of the size of the candle to be at least,
Yeah,
you know,
to kind of show a direction.
significant amount. Like, let me just show you.
Yeah,
Mm, like you see this monthly candle here.
right.
This is very, very small. Okay. So you would look for a decent size of the monthly candle. So if it's a candle like this, or a doji like this, you see, this is too
You
small.
go down. Right, so you just go to the next chart.
Yes, just go to the next chart. So
Okay.
if I see a just a decent body candle body on the monthly, then I will then go and continue with my analysis. But if it's still
And
forming, like on the first week, if it's still a doji or a shooting star like this, if the body is still this like this, the size of this, then I wouldn't. I would just go to the next chart because the body is not significant enough. It's still small.
and do you trade this particular method on anything beside forex like cryptocurrency, indices, etc.?
Yes, I do. As you can see here, I've opened a few Bitcoin, DEX, Nasdaq, Ethereum. So
Okay. Could you show me an analysis on Bitcoin if you don't mind?
Bitcoin was still not aligned the last time I checked. You see, the monthly is bullish, but the
Okay.
weekly was bearish.
All right.
So
Right.
I'm still waiting for alignment.
All right.
So
But
maybe
you don't send.
say for next week, this is bullish, right? This is still the monthly. Then maybe on Monday the candle is bullish. Then you look for imbalances that happened on Monday on the previous daily candle.
What account size would you recommend me to start a trade Bitcoin on?
Sorry?
What account size would you recommend for me to trade Bitcoin?
I personally I don't place trades. I just do analysis, just for to refresh and refresh my memory and all that, just for practice. But I
Okay.
don't trade. I don't trade Bitcoin. I don't trade Desk, Dex. I don't trade Ethereum. I only trade Nasdaq or gold.
Okay. No problem.
Yes. So
Uh,
if you have any more questions or whatever you need, we can also do some Zoom sessions whenever you're
yeah, no, no problem. Not
for
a problem
the
at all.
vision.
Not a problem.
So I think we are done for today.
Yeah. Yeah. We are done for today.
So yeah, if you have any questions, you know where to contact me. I'm on Telegram, Messenger.
Yeah.
We can schedule some Zoom meetings. If you coming across some difficulties, you can just do some revisions every now and then. I'm always available. So
No problem. Do you have plenty other classes going on right now or just me?
I have I think I have someone to train on I think next week.
Okay. Well,
But okay, sorry.
just in case I need any help, well, you would organize a time so that you wouldn't inconvenience the other person.
Yes, okay. No problem. I can do that.
Okay. Well, thanks for the class. It was very informative, and I will be practicing over the weekend.
Okay,
Right.
yeah.
What I would do is I would send you some trades, even if it already happened, just to be sure that I am taking the correct zones and whatnot.
Yes. That's actually gonna be good for practice also.
Okay. And I look forward for the signals from next week.
Okay,
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
you're welcome.
Right.
Enjoy the rest of the day.
You too, bro. You too.
Sure.